In this video, I'm going to be talking about how to get course content from your old Canvas courses into your new Canvas courses. So this is a process called importing, and I'm going to step you through it as best I can, and hopefully the bulk of you will be able to follow me step by step with this. So I've got a couple of courses in here that I know have content from last year, and I want to grab some of that content and bring it into a new course that has just been created for this school year. For you guys, it's going to look a little bit differently. You're going to have all of your automatically generated courses, and then some of you might have already created yourself a test course, or some of you might be using old courses from last year or the year before even. But what's important is to figure out which course you're pulling content from, and then which course you're going to be putting content into. So I know personally I'm going to be bringing stuff from here, but say you have a course that is a little bit older and has concluded. You wouldn't see it in your dashboard, because what's in your dashboard are only courses that have been starred in your all courses menu. So again, that's on the left bar. We click on it, we go to courses, and then we go to all courses. Now what you guys are going to see, you're going to see, if you had a course last year, you're going to see another section that says past courses or something like that, concluded courses. At any rate, it's going to be something that says, here's an old course. And then you can actually look at that list down there and find the course that has all of the content that you need to move. For me, all of my stuff is in current courses because I have it in another section that doesn't expire. So right here, I know that this is one of my old courses. This is one that I want to move stuff from, but I can go in and I can verify that this is the course that has all of the content that I'm looking for. So I'll go into assignments, and then I'll be able to see, okay, yes, here are all my assignments from last year, and I want to bring those over to this year. So we'll go back to courses, all courses, and now we're going to go into the course that we're wanting to put stuff into. So right here, I've got my Tech PD 1718 course. I'm going to grab all of that stuff by going down to settings. And then on the right hand side, there is a link that says import course content. Now for you guys, I have seen it where sometimes this list of stuff on the right ends up at the bottom. So if you're not seeing it on the right, make sure to go all the way to the bottom and you should see the list there. But on the majority of computers, it does show up on the right. So we're looking for import course content. Now, once we click it, it'll take us to this page, and it says import content, content type, select one. If I go into this drop down, I'm going to be looking for copy a Canvas course. Copy a Canvas course. And that's going to allow me to just go in and search for my own course. So this is where it comes in handy to have written it down beforehand. You can either write it down, or you can open up a new tab and navigate your way into finding what the name of your course is. So at any rate, my course is Williston Tech Thursdays. And I see that it's popped up right there, and so it's default term, which means that it doesn't really expire. For you guys, you actually should have some sort of a drop down that also shows up over here. So if you're able to pull your old course from this dropdown that I don't have, then you should be able to just grab it from there and you won't have to search for it. But I've searched for my course, I found it, and then I'm going to do select specific content. Now, if your course is going to be exactly the same as last year, if it's going to use exactly the same assignments, then it would be fine to click all content. Or if the majority is going to stay the same, you can select all content and then you can go in later and pull some of that content out, or you can hide some of that content through having it in unpublished status. But in general, if you're just going to grab one or two things, or if you're just going to grab, say, only assignments and not the quizzes, or only quizzes and not the assignments, then you can go into select specific content. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm also going to do adjust events and due dates. And I'm going to remove dates because if you don't adjust the events and due dates, it's going to put in the values from last semester, if memory serves correctly. And that ends up being a little bit of a difficulty because then it won't like that. It doesn't like to have due dates that are set before the beginning of the term or due dates that are set after the end of the term. So I just skip all that and I just remove the dates because I can go back in later and I can add my due dates back in. I'll just have all of my content unpublished and then I'll publish it out as I want my students to be able to see that content. So now I'm ready to click that import button. And right here it's seeing current jobs course copy from Williston Tech Thursdays. Here's the time that it's doing it. It's 2:28 p.m. Well, the time rolled over, but you can see it is August 1st. And then it says waiting for select. Now, if it was a bigger course, it might take a little bit longer, but I can just go ahead and click this button that says select content. And it's going to give me a whole lot of different options because I used a whole lot of different tools when I was making my previous course. So right here, I can click on this arrow to expand it up. I've got a module called Semester 1 Discussions. So for instance, I don't want that. I want my assignments though. So I can keep expanding that out so I can see, okay, there's 3 in the group assignments, there's 1 in the group quizzes, and then there's a whole bunch in the group closed. So I want to bring my assignments and closed, but I don't want to bring quizzes and I don't want to bring imported assignments. I can go over to quizzes and I can see, okay, I don't need to bring these quizzes over, so I'm going to leave those alone. But do I want to bring along my question banks? Well, no. Discussion topics. Do I want to bring over all of these discussion topics? And I'm going to say, yes, I want the one on HyperDocs, I want the one on OneNote, I want the one on gamification, but the rest can stay there. Wiki pages. The wiki pages are actually just called pages on the left side menu here, but in general they're just content pages. But I want to keep that front page because that front page was flashy and nice, and so I'm selecting that one. Then external tools. Do I want to bring along my I put in so that I could use SchoolTube. Do I want to bring along that information? No, I can put that in later. And then finally, I can look at announcements, rubrics, and files. Do I need to bring along these files? We'll bring along the tech image one that I used for my background. I don't need to bring along the rubric, and I don't need to bring along any of these announcements because they are for things that were happening at the time of the at the time I created this class. So now that I've selected all the things I want to bring along, I can hit select content. It says queued right now, and in a moment it's going to change to run the job, and shortly it'll be finished. And so I'll have all that content imported into my course. You don't need to stay on this page while it's running the job for you. You can leave this page at any time. It'll run on the server, it'll run in the background so that you don't have to worry about it. You can close your browser, you can shut off your computer, it'll still run the job. So now that I've got all that stuff moved over, I can go back home and we'll see that assignments is no longer grayed out. Things are grayed out when they're not being used, when there's no information in them. So I can go into assignments, and now that I have something in here, it's going to show me that, yes, I have these assignments that I brought over from my previous course. And they're still in the groups that I assigned them to when I created my previous course. So in general, this is a fairly straightforward process. I made it a little bit more complicated just by the fact that I wanted to select individual items rather than wholesale shipping my entire course over. But it ends up being a very, very simple process. If you are having any difficulty with that, it's understandable. This is not something that anybody typically has to do more than once per semester. So if you're having difficulty with it, don't hesitate to ask me about how to get your Canvas content into your proper course. I am basically the person who's been put in charge of making sure that everybody can run their Canvas stuff. So I would be the first person to ask in case of any sort of problems like that. I've been working on getting some of the other staff a little bit more knowledgeable about Canvas as well. So if I'm not in the office for whatever reason, go ahead and just put in a ticket. Eventually, it'll get to my desk anyways. But if it ends up being something a little bit more simple or a little bit more that we see a little more frequently, then chances are that anybody in the office would be able to respond to it. But for the more tricky stuff, definitely email me. I still do encourage putting in a ticket for different problems just so that we get a good baseline on just how many issues we're seeing with this and having some sort of documentation on what types of things we still need to train for. So anyways, I'm going to be rambling on a little bit more if I allow myself to, so I'm just going to go ahead and stop this recording. Thank you for your time.